wonder what chemicals he's using. I wonder what products he's using, you know? I don't know, I wonder if he's... He just went in the garage. Okay, go. Now, don't do that. In fact, I didn't even do that. Totally staged. Do not go out and spy on your competitors from the bushes. Sometimes we get a little bit obsessed over what our competitors are doing. We want to stalk them on Facebook and on Google and all this type of stuff. But at the end of the day, what really matters is what do our customers care about the most? So in this episode, we're going to talk about what's going to set Wise Coatings apart from all my competitors. And to do that, I need to get into the mind of a customer. What's important to them? Now, it may not be what you think it might be. A lot of people, when they say, what makes me really different, unknowingly or maybe knowingly, they say the exact same thing that all their competitors are saying. And to illustrate that, I want to show you something. I want you to think about what makes your company different than your competition. When I usually ask people, what makes you different? This is usually what they say. Well, we're a professional company. We're licensed, we're insured, we're bonded. We wear uniforms. We're a member of our Chamber of Commerce. We're a local company. And you know what? I'm also a pretty nice guy. Well, the sad reality is your competitors say the exact same thing. So when your bid comes in at $1,200 and your competitor is for $699, you're going to lose in this situation. Now, let's start over. I want you to think about what will set your company apart from your competition if you focus on these areas. You leverage technology. You talk about the technology and providing your services. You're really involved with your community. You give back. You take care of your community. You really focus on being eco-friendly and green. You're an instructor to your local industry, meaning you actually teach others how to run their business more effectively. In my service business with All Clean, I focused on going to different trade shows all over the country and teaching people safety. And it was awesome to teach and to give back to my industry, but I leveraged those photos in my marketing pieces so that people understood that I was an expert in my field. Being certified by a third party also makes a big difference. Focus on your branding. And finally, get verified by some kind of a third party that shows that your technicians are criminal background screened and they're going to protect the customer. Now, when you look at your competition and they're professional, licensed, insured, uniform member, all these other things are going to be assumed with your company. So when your bid comes in at $1,200 and their bid comes in at $699, you're going to win way more often because you have key things that make you look radically different than your competition. So you can see there's a lot of things that go into really setting you apart from your competition. And when I'm thinking about Wise Coatings, what makes us different from everyone else, I need to get into the mind of a real customer. So to do that, I'm going to go out and talk to a real customer, a real homeowner. I have good friends of mine, Mitch and Kenzie Call. They own a plumbing business, and I want to go out and talk to Kenzie and ask her straight up. She has a garage floor. Would she use us? What would be the things that she would be looking for in hiring a garage floor coatings company? So let's go head out, and we're going to talk to Kenzie. Let's go. Hey!
Hi.
All right, everyone. I am here with Kenzie Call, my good friend. And the reason why I wanted to come out here to talk to Kenzie is not only are her and her husband business owners, but they're also homeowners. And I wanted to ask you some questions about what you look for when you're looking to hire a contractor. And I know someday you're going to have us totally do your garage floor, right? But what would be like the things that you would look for in a service business when you're trying to pick out a contractor? What are the top things you look for when you're trying to decide?
So I usually try to find someone with references, first of all. Preferably, even if someone that I know has used them before, that's even better because you get a real reference,
Not the fake references.
And I want to know that they are good at what they do, obviously. Mm-hmm. That the people who are coming out to do the work will be quick and efficient, good-mannered, trustworthy. Those
Right.
are probably the first things that I think about.
Right. So what are some things, if you're thinking about getting your garage floor done, like what would be some of your biggest pain points in that project that you would really want to make sure you got addressed?
Specifically for my garage, it would be overwhelming for me to think about what am I going to do with all this stuff.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
While it's being worked on,
Right.
we live in, sunny Oregon, so
Right.
you can't necessarily load it all out onto the driveway either because it's rainy most of the time.
So I think that's a really, really valid, concern on that side of it. Okay, cool, awesome. Well, when are we going to take care of your garage floor for you? Nope. Okay, when I was out there talking to Kenzie, a couple key things came into mind. First off, she talked about how annoying it's going to be to move all that stuff out of their garage. We live in the Pacific Northwest. It rains here all the time. So having some kind of a storage option for customers, I think is going to be super, super important. She talked about how difficult it is to reach the contractor. They're always rescheduling things. It's hard to get a hold of them. I'm going to have to make sure I address that. And I want to make sure that I give people options to be able to reorganize things. Because, look at my mess. I got to get this all fixed up too. And I know that other customers are going to feel the exact same way. So I have a pretty good idea on what I want my menu of services to look like. I just got to get it designed. And I know just the person to talk to about that. I got my menu. So I sat down with my daughter. I told her what I was looking to do. And she's like, Dad, I got this. I'm going to make your menu for you. So check us out. I got my presentation folders. I got my logo. I got my brand. It's done. I'm good to go. But seriously, let me show you what my menu of services looks like and why we are going to be different. Okay, what makes us different? Here I want to focus on cutting edge coatings with a lifetime warranty. I want to go straight to the manufacturer and get the best coatings that are made and make them to our specifications so that it's unique only to us. White glove service. Kenzie talked a little bit about this, wanting to make sure that all of her stuff would be handled and taken care of and moving all that stuff up so that the convenience factor was there. I want to have 1-day installs. When I was thinking about it, as well as talking to Kenzie, that was a big sticking point. Making sure that we come in, we get it done, and we leave. We're not there. All the stuff isn't outside, getting wet in the rain when it comes to the garage items, which is also why I also want to offer storage and moving. So if we're going to be going in there, I'd like to provide options like cabinets and racks and things for people to be able to use. Because, when I got my floor done, it was a really big deal. We moved things in really slowly and carefully, and it just kind of prompted us to make it new and make it awesome. Another competitive differentiator. I want to teach the industry. Honestly, this is part of why I'm kind of doing this. I'm teaching other service business owners, and I want to leverage that. I want to talk about this, that, hey, we teach the industry, we lift up the industry, and I'm going to make sure I do that in my service business for Wise Coatings as well. Giving back to the community is going to be a huge important part. Things like Breast Cancer Awareness Month for October, donating things back to different funds, helping out people that are in need is going to be a big part of what's going to make us different. And a 24-hour call service, 24/7. If someone calls, I don't want to ever miss a phone call. Even if it is a Sunday night at 2 o'clock in the morning, someone's going to be picking up the phone. And I have some cool things that I want to show you on how we can make that happen. And one thing that's not on here, but I just want to add to the list, having our technicians be criminal background screened and actually sending pictures of them before they get out to the customer's home, along with a little bio on who they are and why you should be comfortable having them in your house, is going to be a big part of what's going to make us different. So let's check out my menu of services. We are going to offer floor coatings. We're going to offer metallic and flake, and we're going to offer waterproofing for all different kinds of services. Wall coatings. I definitely imagine this being a popular add-on service to come in and paint all the walls after we've done the floor coating. But I only want to do interior. I don't want to do exterior stuff. I want to really niche down into this market. Offering storage for cabinets, like I mentioned, moving, white glove, and storage pods. So imagine a pod showing up to our customers' homes, them being able to move all their stuff into it, or us moving it into there, and then they have like 30 days to slowly move their stuff back in. I think that's going to be an awesome, super popular service. So I'm super pumped. This is going to be amazing. Basically, at this point, I think it's time to start building out our brand. Not that there's anything wrong with this, but JD, I love you, but I want to enlist the help of a professional to be able to level up our brand game a little bit. So that's going to be my next step, but I'm pumped.